Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. In today's video, we're going to do part 2 of my 10 out of 10 perfumes. So I've already done part 1 and you guys seem to really love that video. I told you guys in that video that I had about 20 fragrances in my collection that fit this criteria that I truly thought were 10 out of 10 perfect perfumes, but I only showed you 10 of them in the first video, and a lot of you guys came and said, we want to see the other 10, so here you go. This is the other 10. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you would hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you are notified every time that I upload. I do try to upload at least 2 videos per week. Hitting that subscribe button and the like button helps me out, helps my channel out so much, and thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So like I said, I already did a part 1. I will leave that video in the description box if you missed it and you're interested. But let's quickly go over, in case you did miss that first video, what the criteria is to make it into this video. Alright, so the first criteria is it has to be a scent that I love and a scent that I wouldn't change anything about. It has to be exactly how I would want it. No changes, no tweaks. Absolutely love it the way that it is. The second criteria is I have to like the bottle. I have to personally find the bottle to be aesthetically pleasing. It can't be cheap looking. It can't be flimsy looking. It has to look nice, at least to me. And the third criteria is the performance, of course, has to be there. It doesn't have to be a beast mode, but it does have to have good longevity and good projection. These are in no particular order. I'm just going to grab the first one. These aren't ranked or anything like that, but this is by Attar collection, and this is Khaltat Night. I truly believe this is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. I love the way that this smells. This is a very fall winter kind of fragrance for me. The performance is outstanding. This is definitely more on the beast mode side. This is a perfectly unisex fragrance. I find it to be super sexy. There's definitely cinnamon in here, so you have to be a fan of cinnamon. This reminds me of Christmas. There's cherry in here, there's apple. When I first got this fragrance, I got both equal parts cherry and apple, but the more I have it, the more I wear it, the more I pick up on the cherry just a little bit more. There's vanilla in here, there's patchouli and white musk. I do find that the base of this perfume is a little bit more on the Middle Eastern feeling side. There's no oud in here at all, but it definitely has like a darker patchouli kind of base to it without the patchouli feeling too dirty or earthy. It's not an earthy, dirty patchouli to me. It's a clean, warm kind of patchouli. It's the kind of patchouli that I like. This is a semi-gourmand. Definitely can pick up that cherry, the apple, the gourmand notes in here, the cinnamon, but then that patchouli and white musk in the base helps it to round out so that it doesn't actually smell like a foodie gourmand. Super sexy, beautiful bottle. I love these bottles. This bottle is just beautiful in my opinion. I really like this color blue. I also really like the price. I feel like for a niche house, Attar collection really isn't that expensive. I think I found this for around the $80–90 mark, so it's a good bang for your buck in my opinion, because this is 100 ml. And it's a niche perfume. It smells amazing, and this is going to last you forever because you don't need that many sprays because it's very strong. I love this one. Highly recommend. This is again by Attar collection, Khaltat Night. Up next, we have a white floral fragrance that's pretty new to my collection, but I am in love with this perfume. This is by Amouage, and this is Love Tuberose. This is a fragrance that I feel like would make the perfect bridal scent. If I were to be getting married or renewing my vows with my husband, I would pick this, I think. I'm pretty sure. It used to be Delina Exclusive that I would pick, but I'm pretty sure this would be my wedding day scent because this screams bride and it screams wedding, and the bottle would be perfect to photograph with. I mean, this just screams like wedding perfume. Wouldn't this be perfect? I really am a fan of the Amouage bottles. I like the magnetic caps, and I just think that they're really good quality and very aesthetically pleasing. But let's talk about the scent. So as the name would suggest, there's tuberose in here. So obviously you have to be a fan of tuberose, which I am. And yes, this is a more bubblegummy kind of tuberose without it being in your face or obnoxious. This is very well blended, very refined, just very well done. You can definitely smell the quality in here, and I love it. Plus there's whipped cream in here, which is what really makes this for me. I get this whipped cream, creamy, yummy kind of feel with this gorgeous, gorgeous, very well blended, beautiful tuberose. I just think this is one of the best white floral scents that I have ever smelled, and it's not indolic at all. It's not in your face, sharp, harsh white florals. It's just done to perfection. I wouldn't change a thing about this fragrance. Plus, the performance is really good. Now, this isn't a beast, but it is a very good performing fragrance. It will last me through my entire day, and I can smell a nice, beautiful scent bubble around me through the entire day. I just find this to be a very well balanced, very well blended fragrance, and I love it. So that is by Amouage Love Tuberose. This next perfume I have fallen madly in love with. This is by the House of Argos, and this is Pallas Athene. And the bottles of Argos is just a work of art. I love these bottles so, so much. You can tell they really just take their time. The tops have that little crystal in them, and oh my gosh, I just love these bottles. Very heavy and very luxurious looking in my opinion. But let's talk about the fragrance. Again, this is Pallas Athene, and this is a rose centric fragrance, but it is just a very modern rose in my opinion. This is for people who like the berry and rose combination. So in the opening you have red berries, bergamot, you have pink pepper and grapefruit. So it's fruity in the opening, and I definitely pick up those red berries for sure. And then you have some rose for sure. That is the star of the show. There's a lot of other florals in here. There's peony in here, and there's a couple other florals listed. I don't really pick up any other floral except for rose. The rose is definitely the star of the show, but it's a modern rose. It's a very, I wouldn't say jammy rose, but kind of a cross between a realistic rose and a jammy rose, if that makes sense. It's just so, so good. There's a lot of amber in here as well, so it's very warm. There's some iris, there's some patchouli in here, there's some sandalwood, and definitely vanilla in the base as well. So just such a well blended, gorgeous fragrance. The performance is amazing. It's actually almost beast mode. I sprayed too many sprays of this one day, and I was like, whoa. I mean, it was definitely projecting. It's definitely not lacking in the performance arena whatsoever, and this is beautiful. It's very elegant, very sophisticated, very classy smelling, and if you are a rose lover, you absolutely need to get your nose on this. So that is by the House of Argos, Pallas Athene. Okay, this next fragrance is one that I like to wear on a fall date night type of situation, and last year it was one of my most complimented perfumes of 2022. This is by Lancôme, and this is La Nuit Trésor. This is the original La Nuit Trésor. This one is just so good. It's sexy, it's fun, it's flirty, it's playful, but it has a deep, dark base, but not too dark. Not to the point where it takes away that fruity playfulness that's in the opening. So the opening has a ton of fruits. The opening has strawberry, it has pear, it has tangerine, but the fruit that I personally pick up the most in this fragrance is strawberry. Mixed with that dark base, I just love this perfume. The base has praline, caramel, vanilla. There's also patchouli and licorice in the base of this, which to me just is one of the most sexiest combinations you can put in a perfume. This is intoxicating, and like I said, I got so many compliments in 2022, especially by men. I think this is a sexy perfume. Men seem to really like that fruity, dark, combination, that contrast. It's just so So beautiful. I love it so much. And I really do enjoy the bottle. I think these bottles are beautiful. I like the diamond shapes. I like the black rose. This is a very good performing fragrance. This will last you all day long, all night long. It'll take you through your sexy date night. Definitely a 10 out of 10 designer perfume for sure. All right, up next we have by YSL. This is Libre Intense. And this is one of my favorite bottles in my entire collection. This is a designer 10 out of 10 fragrance in my opinion. I love it so much. Obviously the packaging with the YSL logo is so beautiful, and I love the gold like neck up here. Absolutely stunning. And I love the color of the juice for sure. I used to hate this perfume. When this perfume first came out, I hated it. I remember trying it in store and I actually like recoiled and turned my face away and made that ugly face that, you know, that I made that face and I didn't want anything to do with it. Fast forward like 6 months later, I think, something like that, tried it again, loved it. Fell in love, madly in love, and I have not looked back. This is a beast mode fragrance. This is strong. This is a white floral lavender vanilla, definitely strong on the vanilla fragrance. And I love this one. This is my favorite of all of them. I do really like the Les Parfums as well. I have a travel size of that. The original's okay, but I don't own a bottle of it. There's too much lavender in that one, but this one's like the perfect blend. It has lavender in it still, for sure, but how they put it together in this one, it's way smoother in my opinion, and I love the warm ambery vanilla that's in here as well. This is a boss woman. You know, you've got your life together. You are the CEO of a company or whatever. You're super successful. You don't take anyone's crap. You don't take no for an answer. That's who wears this fragrance. And I just think this is beautiful. Like I said, really, really good performance. And I really don't have to use very many sprays. I really can only wear this one in the fall and winter. I find it too strong for the hot weather. But 10 out of 10 for sure in every category. Love this one. That is by YSL Libre Intense. All right, you guys, this next fragrance I feel like I have been talking about nonstop since I got it. It's on my tray for this month. I have been wearing it a ton. I love this perfume, and it's so funny because I didn't even like it when I first tried it at all. But now I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with this fragrance right now. This is by Xerjoff, and this is La Capitale. This is such a beauty. Look at the dent. Can you guys see how much I've worn of this fragrance? This is a new bottle, guys. I just got this fragrance like, what, a month ago maybe? And I know I just started wearing it because it's been on my tray for the month of June, and I've already put this dent in here. I cannot put this down. So the opening of this is strawberry and caramel. I believe there's some peach in here. Mostly I just get strawberry and caramel, and I love it. I love that super delicious, juicy strawberry mixed with that sweet caramel. And then again, it's that contrast. It's got that sweet juiciness and sweetness in the opening, and then it has a base of patchouli, and there's oud in here, which normally I'm not a fan of oud. There's leather in here. Normally I am a little weary of that kind of fragrance, you know, when that base is together. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I find it too dark. I'm not always a fan of leather, but everything is done so well in this perfume in my opinion. It is so well blended. Nothing is too harsh. Nothing is over the top. Nothing is in your face. There's oud, but it's blended really well. It's not barnyard skanky oud. The leather feels more like smooth suede than it does leather, and I'm a patchouli fan, so I don't mind the patchouli at all. So good, and the performance is outstanding. This will definitely take you through your entire day, and people are going to be able to smell you. I have never once had an issue with the performance of this perfume. It is not quite to beast mode level, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. Very strong in my opinion. I love the bottles of Xerjoff. Xerjoff bottles are always super luxurious looking, and yeah, I just think this is so good. It's so, so good. And I'm surprised because I had a sample of it and I was like, oh no, I can smell something in there. And it was the oud, you know, I wasn't sure about that. But then I kept going back to it, kept testing it, and then I just got obsessed with it and now I can't stop. So 10 out of 10 fragrance for sure. That is by Xerjoff La Capitale. All right guys, I have another designer fragrance here, and this one is super underrated in my opinion. I love this perfume so much, but I don't hear a whole lot of people talking about it. This is by Tiffany Co, and this is Tiffany Intense. The Tiffany Intense is the only one that I like, but I think it is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. I think the original is okay, but this just takes the cake for me. This is irisy and sweet pear. It's got pear in the opening, which I absolutely love. I'm a huge fan of pear. It has pink pepper. I don't really get a whole lot of the pink pepper, but I definitely get this like juicy pear vibe. But then there is a lot of iris. It's very irisy, so if you're a fan of iris, you should definitely get your nose on this. It has like that powdery irisy vibe going on. And then there's rose, there's jasmine, so it's definitely very feminine, definitely very floral. There's a lot of musk in the base of this as well. There's some cashmere, there's some vanilla, there's carrot seed in here, which I think makes it super unique. It smells super unique to me. This is a designer fragrance, but this doesn't smell like a designer fragrance to me. This has its own scent profile for sure. It is unique. It is special. I love the bottle. I think that this looks like one big giant diamond, and it just looks so sophisticated in my opinion. It's one of my favorite bottles in my collection, and I just don't know why people don't talk about this. Not to mention that the performance is outstanding as well. 10 out of 10 performance. It will last me through my entire day. However, it's not obnoxious or in your face. So I feel like this would make a really great office appropriate scent. You could wear this to the office because it's not overpowering. It's definitely there and you can definitely smell it, but it just smells professional. It smells like a professional perfume in my opinion. It smells formal, it smells professional, it smells sophisticated and very feminine, very put together. You're a very put together person that wears this, and I just love it so, so much. Definitely get your nose on this one. Don't sleep on this one. I feel like so many people are sleeping on this perfume and it is so good. So that is by Tiffany Co, Tiffany Intense. All right, this next perfume is a very ambery, warm rose perfume, and this is by the House of Thameen Peregrina. Definitely a 10 out of 10 fragrance for me. I love this perfume. This was a slower burn for me though. When I tested this fragrance out, I didn't think it was all that special at first. But by the end of the night, after I got done testing it out, I had completely changed my mind and I absolutely adore this fragrance. So this is a very long-lasting, good-performing perfume, and this is just a full-on love for me at this point. Oh my gosh, I haven't worn this in a little while. You know, this kind of slightly reminds me of Pallas Athene. They don't smell the same, but they're definitely in the same family. So if you like Pallas Athene, you would like Peregrina and vice versa. I think both of these have this very ambery, warm rose that's somewhere in a cross between a jammy rose and a realistic rose. It's so good, and they're very modern rose scents. These are not mature rose scents. These are not vintage smelling rose scents. These are modern day rose fragrances. This one also has white florals in it. It has caramel in it as well, but the caramel is done so well in here. It's not a thick syrupy caramel. It just helps to kind of make the fragrance sweet, but it's still a very warm ambery rose fragrance. This one's different in that it has red berries in it. It's definitely more like juicy fruity rose. This is more ambery white floral rose and a lot of amber going on in this one, but they're both in the same vein, the same family. If you like one, you'll like the other, but both of them are 10 out of 10 fragrances. I love the House of Thameen bottles. I think these are stunning. I love this blue color. Royal blue seems to be one of my favorite colors. And again, we do have the magnetic cap for sure. So really, really good quality bottles. Definitely ticks all the boxes. Performance, bottle, and the scent. I wouldn't change anything about it. So that is by the House of Thameen Peregrina. All right, up next I have a unisex fragrance that is marketed towards men, but in my opinion, I think it is unisex. I feel very comfortable wearing this fragrance. This is by Parfums de Marly Oajan. This is absolutely stunning. This is a very spicy, warm holiday party, home for the holidays, cozy yet sexy. unisex fragrance. Like I said, this is marketed towards men, but I am totally comfortable wearing this. And I usually prefer fragrances that lean a little bit more on the feminine side. I like unisex fragrances, but I don't like fragrances that feel too masculine on me, and I feel completely comfortable with this fragrance. So I think that's very subjective, but for me, I just love the cinnamon in here. There's definitely cinnamon for sure, so you have to be a fan of that. This smells to me like cinnamon, warm, spiced apples. And then it has like a deeper, darker base. I think there's some patchouli in here. So it's not a full-on foodie gourmand. I don't think this smells like Angel Share. It gets compared to Angel Share a lot, but personally, I just don't think the two are the same. This is beautiful. I just love it. I love the bottle. I think the bottles of Parfums de Marly, especially the men's, well, I love the women's too, but the men's is really aesthetically pleasing for sure. I love this black bottle with the gold top, and the performance is beast mode. This is a beast mode fragrance. You don't need a lot of sprays. It will definitely take you through your day, and everyone is going to be able to smell you. So for me, this is a fall winter fragrance only. I could not wear this in the heat. It is too strong. It is too warm, spicy for summer. But fall, winter, I cannot wait to rock this fragrance. Have you tried this? What do you think about it? Do you think it's more feminine leaning, or do you think it's more masculine leaning, or just perfectly unisex? Let me know your thoughts on Oajan in the comment section. All right, guys, last but certainly not least is a fragrance that I did not expect to love. I got a sample of it first, or no, I had a decant of it first. Did not expect to love it and fell madly head over heels in love. This is kind of a polarizing fragrance. This is by Nishane and this is Ani. This is an extrait de parfum, and this is a massive, projecting, long-lasting, no issues with the performance whatsoever. But that can be not a great thing for everyone, because this is a very spicy fragrance and a very green fragrance at the same time. So this is a spicy green vanilla. Very, very heavy on the vanilla. It is one of my all-time favorites, and it is one of my most complimented fragrances so far in 2023. I wore it at the beginning of the year when it was still cold. January-ish, February, March-ish kind of time frame, I think, is when I was wearing this fragrance, and people commented and complimented me on this fragrance almost every single time. I have heard from some people that they think this leans a little bit more masculine. It is definitely unisex, but for some reason that's not what my nose is picking up. I pick up a more feminine leaning fragrance. Again, that's very subjective, but I feel very comfortable wearing this fragrance. So the opening, you have ginger, you have pink pepper, there's some green notes. I think there's some cardamom in here. Very spicy, and maybe too spicy for some people. So keep that in mind. If you don't like spicy fragrances, this isn't going to be for you, but I love spicy fragrances, especially the ginger. The ginger in here is what I pick up more than anything. Ginger and cardamom. I'm really starting to like cardamom, you guys. I didn't think I did at first, but cardamom's starting to become my jam. I'm really starting to like it. And yes, this has green notes in the opening. There's also citruses in the opening as well. I get a lot of the bergamot. Yes, there are some green notes in here, as I was saying before I got lost. And I'm not always a fan of green notes, but I feel like it's very well done in here. It doesn't feel overly green to me. I think the citrusy spiciness of the fragrance helps to balance out the greenness of the opening of this fragrance for me. And then I do get a lot of vanilla, and it is just so good. It's sweet, but not too sweet. There's sandalwood in here. There's benzoin. There's cedar, ambergris, patchouli, and musk. But this is definitely first and foremost a citrusy, spicy, semi-green vanilla fragrance, and I just love it. So let me know what you think of Ani. It is very controversial, not controversial, but it's polarizing. It's a polarizing fragrance. Some people love it, some people hate it. If you love this fragrance, let me know, Team Ani, in the comment section. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Those are the other 10 fragrances I feel like hit the criteria of 10 out of 10. Let me know what you think of these fragrances in the comment section. Have you tried them? Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!